Welcome to your day one yoga video. So again, like your breath, if you can prop yourself up in a seat, you don't have to sit cross-legged. You can have one leg out, or the beginning, if you want, you could lean back if it's close to you or near the mat. So whatever works for you, just to be able to sit comfortably. And what we're going to do is start, so this practice is about releasing the neck and shoulders. And the point in starting here is that we need to make space in the body and feel more movement and more freedom, more mobility before we step into more strength and more activation. So that's how the classes will go. A little bit like this though, because we don't want it to be like this. So we're just rolling through, and really like the focus is bringing harmony into the body. So there's some easy and some a little challenging in all of our activation and learning how the body's working. So in your seat, you're going to bring whichever hand you like and find a press on your forehead. So I really like press. And not only do you press your hand into your head, but you press your head into your hand, and it's just lightly. And so we're going to do this with breath now. So release the press. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, press the head into hand. Breathe in as you release the press, and breathe out as you release, you press head into hand. Breathe in as you release. Exhale as you press. Do this 2 more times. And what we're doing here is just really releasing all some of this tension out of the back of the neck. Breathe in as you release. Breathe out as you press. And then slowly release that hand. We're going to switch. So whatever hand you used, let's switch over. I'm going to do another 5 breaths. So take a big deep breath in. And exhale as you press. And continue with that. So you inhale, soften the press. Exhale to press. And finding a breath that works for you. So if I'm breathing longer than you, that's okay. Resist the urge. Sometimes we want to get it done really quickly. So see if you can find a long and easy breath. Last one. And then slowly release the hand. And if your breaths are ever a little shorter than mine, just do more reps. That's okay. Gently tip the right ear to right shoulder and let the head be heavy. So allow this softness to come down left side of the neck and resist the urge for the shoulder to come up towards the ear. Let it come down. And then from here, just going to step the left hand out to the side and just kind of point the fingers. And if you're not touching the floor, that's okay. Just point the fingers, or it might be a light touch, but we're not leaning into the floor. Just creating that beautiful long line. And some of you will be really feeling that. And then just turn the eyes, the chin down towards the right shoulder. So look towards the floor as if your other hand is out that way. And then bringing the head back to center, bring the left hand back. Tip the left ear to left shoulder. So letting the head be heavy, and depending on your mirroring with whatever you're watching this on, maybe we're doing the same thing, same side, or opposite. But as long as you're going one way and then the other. I suggest as the classes progress though, rather than what you can see on the camera and mirroring me, so to speak, just listen to the lefts and rights, much better. Reach the right hand out to the side, point the fingers towards the floor. And feel that stretch increase possibly for you. And then turn the eyes down to the left, the chin towards the shoulder. That's it. And then slowly release the arm, release the head, bring it back up. Really weird posture, but it's super helpful. Bring your fingers together and bring the elbows up. And try not to let the shoulders come up around the ears. Just Yes, they will rise a little bit, but try to keep them down as you bring just the elbows up. And then switch it. The fingers will move up and down and squeeze the elbows together. Now, not everybody will be able to touch there, and that is okay. So don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And then bring the arms up and down. So we're really just trying to move in the shoulders rather than bring the shoulders up with us. Yes, there's a little rise, but there's a difference between this and this. So a couple more times, just rotating at the shoulders. And again, these postures can feel really subtle and a bit weird. You're like, what's going on? But this is the release that's needed to get all these muscles to stop tensing and tightening. And often that comes from some of the most subtle of postures. And release. Beautiful. Let's unravel now and come into a tabletop on your mat, which means that you really are a square in your body. So hands are under shoulders and knees are under hips. So resist the tendency to bring your knees in close. Have them nice and wide so that you really are square and balanced there. Press the hands into the floor and press yourself up into a cat shape. So the belly button lifts towards the spine and the head drops down. So find a little tuck and the chin towards the chest. And then we go the other way. So pull the heart forward through the biceps and lift the chest. Exhale to round. Inhale to draw forward. Exhale to round. And to draw forward. Couple more. So I know that for some of you, you'll be wanting to get into the stronger practice, but if any of you work seated at an office or a desk or sewing or anything like that, then this I would just recommend as a weekly practice for you, at least weekly. And then coming back to center. A little bit of engagement for the core. So it's nice, simple Superman. So this brings strength not just into the belly, but into the back. So bring the left hand and the right leg out and resist the urge to roll the hip open. See if you can keep the toes facing the floor. If you need a little more support for the left knee, tuck the left toes. And the more you reach through the fingers and press through the heel, the more support and stability you'll ask for. So I'm going to take a breath in here. And as you exhale, bring the knee and the elbow together and then underneath you. It doesn't matter how close they get. And then reach out as you breathe in. Just two more and really press the floor away with the right fingers to bring the strength into the right arm. And one more. That's it. And then pop the limbs down. Beautiful. From here, I'm going to pick that right leg back up again. Take it all the way over to the left as far as you can. Run out a little room there. Yeah, pop it on the floor. And then as you look towards the foot, draw the left shoulder towards the left hip. So you're shortening in left side body and lengthening in the right, and find just a little lean into that right side. This is a yummy stretch for side body and lumbar. One more breath there. Really making space in the body. That's all that we need from this practice. And then come back to center. We're going to switch. So right hand, left foot, reach out. Find those limbs reaching, toes to the floor, breathe in. And then exhale, bring it in and under. Inhale to reach. And two more, in and under. Inhale to reach. In and under. That's it. And reach out. Beautiful. Bring the limbs to the floor. Allow yourself to get balanced. You can tuck the right toes if you need to. Pick the left foot up. Take it all the way over to the right. Pop it on the floor. And as you look towards the foot, you're drawing right shoulder back towards right hip. And leaning into left side. Excuse your little background concert there. Leaning into that side. So really breathing. That's it. And then coming back to center, bringing the toes together, sliding the knees wide as comfortable for you, and drawing yourself back into what we call wide-legged child's pose. So if it feels good for you to have more stretch in the groin, like your body's asking for it, and you can't get quite so low, that you can rest on your forearms here. That depends on how tight you are. You may not be actually getting your foot back towards your butt, and that's okay. So you might just lean a little further forward. And find a space that you can hold your body. Otherwise, you might slide in and down. If you reach up the mat and that feels quite tight and tense in the shoulders, you can bring the hands underneath the forehead like a little pancake stack and just let yourself rest here. So find a place that you feel comfy. If you are up on your elbows and the head is not supported, notice whether you have hinged at the back of the neck or dropping right down. See if you can find center so that there's this subtle length out of the crown of the head. Now I'm going to encourage you to find 5 big, beautiful, expansive breaths here and let it expand and contract in the body. Let it soothe and massage. And really send the exhale out and down into the floor. And you're doing this in any way you like. And if sound decides to come out, that's all good. You're by yourself or you've got someone with you, but they can do it too. That's it. And at the end of your 3rd breath, gently press up to a seat. Roll over onto your back. Come and have a lay down. Bring your knees to chest. Have a little rock side to side. And then just bend at the knees, pop the feet on the floor, let the feet go wide and the knees knock in. And then let your arms rest down on the floor. Close your eyes and let that soften the face. Just notice the sensation of the ground underneath you. Perhaps you notice a different energy. Maybe you feel a little lighter in the body. We always end our practice this way, whether it's 5 minutes or 15. It doesn't mean that you have to. If you need to carry on, that's absolutely okay. But I encourage you just to lay here for at least 2 minutes and just really notice the body. The more you take the time to tune in and just notice, it doesn't matter whether it's undesired or desired, it's just observing, the better we will achieve that harmony in the body because we get that chance to listen. So before you're ready to move, take 3 beautiful breaths in your own way. And when you do come up, you'll roll off to the side, you'll press up to a seat and say thank you to your body. And I will see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Mwah. Peace.